Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a delightful couple in love that loves reacting to some Destiny.
Aw, we're delightful.
Yeah, at least I hope we are. If not, then I don't know why you clicked on this. I'm sorry. We're terrible. No, so we got Destiny 2, Season of Arrivals, all cutscenes that we're going to check out. It's part of our Destiny journey.
Yep.
If you want all of our Destiny reactions, check out the description of this video for a playlist. And you can get a month ahead on Patreon, get early ad-free access there. There's a link in the description of this video.
There is.
And because it's Destiny.
We have a drink.
Yeah.
This is the Awoken Amethyst.
Cheers.
Cheers, bud.
Our official Destiny drink.
The Hive wanted a return to war on the moon. They built a lunar fortress.
Wow.
To meet the
Okay.
assault. A grand stage to announce their revival. You climbed that scarlet
Big ass
citadel,
walls.
and the Hive met you head on. You buried them. But we found more than Hive on the moon. The dark has reached out. We have no choice but to reach back.
All right, Spawn, what have you discovered?
6 came down. Back up.
Keeps coming back. You can't kill it.
And it's on a collision course. So that's not good.
Uh-oh.
The day we've been dreading has finally arrived. The darkness is here. We need boots on the ground on Io. Recon. There's a pyramid. It's already disabled Rasputin. I'd lean on Eris's expertise, but we haven't been able to reach her. We both know what that means. Eris is our best chance at understanding what we're up against. I need her at the tower. She's too valuable an asset to find her, Guardian.
Rescue mission.
Bring her home.
Eris Morn, a guardian without a ghost. I wonder how that must feel. Hollow. Unnatural. When I look at that ship. Eris, can you hear us? Eris.
She's probably very scared to not have a ghost and not know you
come
can
in.
Any
die
sign?
and not come back.
My signals are being suppressed. I can't even summon
Like
a
how we live
sparrow.
every day. Without a
What
ghost.
do you see?
The pyramid. It's oppressive. Like a storm building.
Then be quick. Get out ahead of it.
Understood. No. No! Don't! You bring weapons. You will not need them. We offer only truth. We will.
Yeah, hacker ghost?
Something pulled us out of the beam. What's happening? What is this place?
Great question.
Shoot it. Shoot the ball.
We're back on Io. Close to the cradle. I'm getting faint readings from Eris now. Let's keep moving. The air down here is choked with strange communications. I don't know if I can...
Is that you, Guardian?
Hey!
Get back at the tower. Zavala sent us.
Of course he did. I'm moving toward the cradle. It calls to me.
It?
Is that a
What
good thing?
is it?
Yeah.
The hive are frenzied. Cut through them. We must...
Zavala, did you catch that? This interference. I can't triangulate a point of origin. Keep going. Maybe the signal is better up ahead.
Guardian, your assistance would not be unwelcome. There are forces at play here I do not fully understand. The hive...
Oh, stay alive.
We need to move. All channels. Is anyone there? Eris, talk to us. Say something,
Doesn't sound
please.
No. She's wounded. Hurt
What
for
is
sure.
that?
Or trapped. And sucked into some.
Something pulled us back in. It's keeping us from Eris. Look. Those are all eyes.
That's what I thought they were at first.
Oh,
There was
really?
Eyes. That was what when you
There are
said
too many of them.
bald. To me, it looked like an eye that was
Ah.
spine and opening.
Okay, shoot the eyes!
The weird, freaky, floating eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You're hurt.
It is nothing. But this is something.
Okay.
Tree of silver wings. It grew from the last place the traveler touched before it left this world. The darkness was drawn here. As the hive is drawn to the darkness. These eyes of mine. The things they have seen.
What was that?
Something that does not want us here.
Darkness.
No. But it is of the darkness. It has to be you this time.
It's always us. You got the ghost, so, you know. I figured it's gonna be you.
I repeat, come in.
We hear you, Zavala.
Have you found her?
The seed breaks through the interference.
Just a little cuckoo.
Zavala,
Dang it, she always
Report
has.
back to me in
Yeah.
the tower, both of you. Our transmissions may be compromised.
let's not keep him waiting, Guardian.
Look at that leg looked at.
Yeah, for real.
And your hip or whatever's.
What did you find?
Drag your feet.
It found me. The darkness reached out, but something interferes. Its messages to us are being defaced
Defaced.
by the witch sister of the taken King Oryx. Savathun.
The witch sister.
Your obsession gives her power.
No. She feeds on denial, ignorance. The Guardian has discovered a means to circumvent her. A seed of silver wings.
Eris,
If the darkness reaches out, we must reach back.
I will not sanction this.
We are beyond sanctions. It is here. I will return to Io. If we cannot determine what the darkness seeks, we will find ourselves on the verge of a second collapse. Perhaps that is what Savathun wants.
Please don't.
Let me go, Zavala.
Where were we?
According to spectral analysis, the pyramid, its propulsion, the energy it's manipulating on Io, I don't see a ship. I see a being. Paracausal in nature.
Like the Traveler.
All records of the Golden Age agree. On the first day, the sky filled with darkness. On the second, the Traveler fell.
Help
Oh, great.
Eris when you can, but be ready to deal with the enemy fleet when it arrives. We need you, Guardian.
Big Boss Blue said you were coming. Offered me
Big
some
Boss
made-up
Blue.
job. Plugging the pyramid's leaks. Keeping the dark bottled up. Said it was compulsory. I don't mind a little charity, but you ask me, containment's just like holding your breath. Gotta let it out every now and then. Pyramids are making some moves. Moondust thinks we can use the darkness we catch to charge that seed. Might cut through all that pesky interference in the cradle. Might let her tell you what Savathun doesn't want you to know. Good thing, too, 'cause it is wacky out there. Look around. Cabal, Fallen, bunch of unsavory types looking to stake their claim. Jokers can't even see we're boxed in. All bets on you to pull through.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Yep.
Yeah, that took you a while. You getting old?
Wasn't that funny?
He cracks himself up.
Yeah, he does.
I saw you snag that engram. You think no one was looking? You ready to get dark? Chuck it on the pyre, and let's see what old Drifter can cook up for you. Been kit bashing gear since that jerk ghost pulled me out of my grave. Got a knack for it, I guess. I'll work you up something nice.
It's not sexual.
Okay, start recording now or what? Do I push it and hold it out?
Gambit's always looking for guardians. You in? Kill anything big lately? How you living, sister? Hey, I know everything's gone wackadoo out there. It's not every day a paracausal pyramid shows up on our doorstep. But Eris is looking into the darkness, and I'll be helping with that.
A couple wackadoos.
However,
We are.
if we want intel on the dark, quick and dirty, the Nine have seen it all. I say we head down into the hall, ask them one question, simple and clean. What is the darkness? What do you say, partner? How about one more ride with the Drifter?
Why do I feel like you're just getting us
do you
into trouble?
think you're doing, rat?
Ooh.
You're a fool if you think I'll let you run amok in the Nine Realms with the Guardian in tow.
You want in on this? Fine.
Savathun's forces reach toward the darkness. Use the seed to burn them away. The pyramids speak to us, but Savathun's forces interfere. banish them so our studies can continue. The servants of Savathun fight to keep us from the messages of darkness. Use the seeds to dispel their foul influence. Frenzied creatures swarm the tree once more. Do not let them keep us from the message of the pyramids. Enemies of the light swarm the roots of the great tree. Bring the seed and banish them once more.
What I feel like Eris Morn's like really into slam poetry.
Retake the tree of silver wings. Savathun's forces attack the cradle. Destroy them. And use the seed to reveal the secrets that sleep within.
Somebody should do a content that is taking Eris Morn out into the real world.
Whispered gifts are promised blades that twist. A liar's game.
Noctis?
Age into violence.
I don't think they're from.
What more must you color?
Was their menacing voice what gave it away?
The sky is vast but shallow. The deep is boundless but suffocating. There is another way.
Nokris is but a grave-sown puppet. Believe nothing you hear in this place, Guardian. Fight well.
You are abandoned. The taken clean saves. Freedom for bondage. Cast off your worm, your tiny bulb of sickness, your tethered anchor that drags to the sky.
Worm? Speak for yourself.
Does soul's clutch hold you now, as it once did me?
The Erd tree.
She's back here again?
Mm-hmm.
Just staring into
Well
the
done,
smoke?
Guardian. I will interpret the darkness's messages as best I can. Although this particular form of communication is logographic, composed of evocative glyphs. Metaphors, really. For example, this message. This word could mean protected, but it is loaded with subtext. There are connotations of blithe authoritarian forces, unshakable in their faith. The translation sheltered would not be sinister enough. Perhaps gelded. Clearly, the darkness does not believe the traveler to be as benevolent as we do. Continue your efforts. We have much to learn. This
That would be a
is
twist.
simple
Travelers
message.
been the enemy.
The whole time?
Eggshell. The term carries all the impermanence and fragility you would expect. The darkness sees the traveler as something keeping us isolated from the outside world. It is a barrier we are meant to outgrow and break through.
Yeah. I wonder if this darkness has any other, like, ulterior motives.
This construction is white, not like the color, but the absence of color. An indistinct void, overexposed sameness of a thing long dead. The white of bleached bone, of the traveler. This word denotes the moment before a change, the cusp, the brink. But it is a repetition of something that has already happened. A mistake from which no knowledge was gained. The collapse. Perhaps. Troubling.
Poetry, collapse. Perhaps. Troubling.
Bubbling.
Interesting.
Yes.
This phrasing is directed at an equal. The message here is gift. Something offered. In an outstretched hand.
Oh, Vala.
Vala.
Okay. What's up, dude?
Magnificent.
Commander, to what do we owe this pleasure?
I've been reading your reports.
They're weird.
The Darkness's messages are,
Playful?
I was going to say obtuse.
Come, have a look at the latest.
What is it?
A gift.
This is not what we agreed upon.
I don't remember agreeing to anything.
Hope she hasn't crossed over. Been corrupted.
You're playing a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Good thing you're a dangerous woman. The messages you've decrypted have proved invaluable. Now we know how our enemy thinks. Tell me, what if the pyramids intend to exploit our curiosity?
We wield their gift against them.
And if it proves unwieldy?
Then it will be surrendered to the Vanguard for containment.
And what of the Hive?
Savathun will not confront us directly. It is not her way.
She thinks too much of herself. And too little of others.
Thank you.
I look forward to your next report. The drifters are lacking.
This message means contrast in the naturalistic sense, but also implies a judgment. Humanity assigns moral meaning to change, interpreting it as for better or for worse. Do we think of winter as evil because summer flowers must wither and die? We do not. And the darkness asks us why. This is a linguistic oddity, a back channel, a vocal nod, a yes. The darkness implores us to continue on our current path. Apparently,
doing exactly
it
what it
believes itself to be quite supportive. Curious.
I'm sure it says it's supportive.
Yeah. Is nobody else suspicious of this?
This word is bound to creation, but presented here as falsehood. Something like unborn. We say guardians are rebirthed by light, but I do sometimes wonder.
Oh, you
choice to
wonder
live
about the
again
Guardians, but not
was
that.
not our own. This message translates to a state of decontamination, something like purity. Though this conjugation emphasizes loss, a purity through subtraction, willingly or otherwise. The darkness could be speaking to the taken memories of new guardians, or the boundaries we accept when we follow the light. The limitations forced upon us. In truth, it could refer to many things.
I take it back. Erisborn's now like a conspiracy theorist, like going down like Facebook
YouTube
posts and
rabbit hole.
YouTube and Reddit posts and just being like,
For action born out of supreme conviction, single-minded dedication, almost zealotry, driving extreme behavior. Great atrocities can be couched in valor, it suggests. Oh, wait. Not can be. Will be. Future tense. Interesting.
Oh boy.
This message isn't directed at us. One translation might be petulant. The equivalent of a condescending wave of its hand or a wagged finger, like a parent rebukes a stubborn child. I think this might be meant for Savathun. This is a biological term like camouflage, but this wording pertains to stalking predators, specifically a carnivore disguising itself to get close to its prey. The darkness could mean this as a warning, or it could simply mean to sow dissension among us.
Yeah. I think it's the latter.
This message denotes a continued, inevitable movement. Falling would be a suitable translation, though the outcome here is not necessarily negative. The die is cast. As the light from a distant star takes time to reach our eyes, an event we cannot yet perceive has already occurred.
You are a child reaching toward a flame. The Taken Queen would not have you burnt. Pledge your allegiance and be reborn.
Nokris. Oryx's foundling and exiled brother to Crota. He is now bound to Savathun as a catalyst for her interference. Silence it.
The tree brings
We get to kill Nokris.
fell its might or be buried
Oh,
in
here we
the
go.
shadow of its leaves.
It was timely, but
You are but one chain of failures, claimed and sold. Strong. We must be strong to break them. Light and dark are locked blades. A logic simple and narrow. A bridge with only one path.
Nice.
Nokris is an abomination. His name stricken from the world's grave. You've done well to purge his stain from this failing court.
Why would Savathun work with him?
Nokris is an exploited outcast, Little Light. A necromancer. Though I'm sure the Taken Queen saw value in his craft. Death rituals to buck the worm's game. I dare not wonder how she meant to wield that knowledge.
We shouldn't dwell on it, you know. He's not coming back from that.
Good riddance. Savathun's haze has diminished considerably, though not completely.
She's still out there, hiding.
And I hope she saw what became of her brood. Hold still. I will fetch you.
Fetch us?
Don't you see? It is as we once said. In light, there is only weakness. Only failure. Only death. But where the light takes, the dark gives. No longer will you be a pawn. No longer will you watch the lives of those you care for be lost. Remember, in darkness there is only strength, only victory, only life. Ancient power awaits you on Europa.
This transmission can be translated as contact. Not physical, more ethereal, influential. It is conjugated here as an action with a singular subject, but innumerable objects. Guardian, what if we are not the only ones to whom the darkness speaks?
You thought you were special. Corrupting a bunch of people.
Hunter and a Dredgen ask a question. You seek to understand the nature of the dark. We forged an answer.
What? Where?
You're standing in it. Guardian, do you read?
Eris, I got this. Go back to yelling at that tree on Io.
You need a handler, Rat. And the Guardian needs support.
Suit yourself, Three Eyes. Hey, Three Eyes. Shax says you sang him a little ditty.
What?
Shax, Chunky Titan, One Horn. Did you sing him a song on the moon?
What a senseless question.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Stay off this channel. Should I need you, I'll call. Wait,
She'll
I
send
didn't
for you.
hang up.
does that oaf still keep that skull with him?
In the tower? Yeah, hangs it over his spot. I wouldn't have tangled with that thing.
Desperate times. This
Thank you.
Lil Diddy. Did it go?
Eris Morn, did he?
That would be the one. What is it?
Savathun's song. It's a viral chant. It can never be unheard. Now that Savathun has announced herself, relics of the dark across the system have begun to awaken. Tell Shax to remove that skull immediately.
Sister, I already tried.
What did that oaf say?
No.
The Nine have given you their answer.
Whoa.
We hope it sates your curiosity. You've certainly taught us much.
You're welcome. Let us know if there's anything else we can do.
Rat, you're useless.
Relax, Moondust. We got what we came for. Let's leave the giant head alone.
It's more than just giant. It's got shoulders and stuff.
Utilizing both light and dark to fight the Guardian. Drifter, what have you done, you insufferable rat man?
Hey, our mutual friend had a question. We all did. So we asked the Nine.
What was the answer?
Isn't it obvious? Light and dark are means to survival. It's not about saints or sinners.
The Vanguard wouldn't abide that answer.
Vanguard ain't here. I'm sick of their dogma. What do you think, Chosen One? Come on back, and I'll get you paid. That's some bloodlust, hero. It hit me when you were tearing that last pack of Taken apart. What the Nine are trying to say. Light, dark, it don't matter.
Light and dark are not the same.
Didn't say the same, just the difference don't matter.
Just both necessary. Okay, so we got another part to it. Stop it there, and then we'll do the next part next week. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, then we're gonna go after this discussion. Eris is going down a rabbit hole here, and like I don't know, trying to get more knowledge from the darkness, and you want to hear both sides of the argument. You know, the light and the dark. You need them both. But the fact that she's like was surprised that the darkness was talking to somebody else. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm worried that she is too concerned with her relationship with the darkness. It's in a toxic relationship is basically what I'm saying.
To me, she sounded like somebody who's trying to like give you a horoscope. Like horoscopes are fun, but they are intentionally vague as hell. And that's so that you can interpret them and be like, oh my God, my horoscope was so right. And so like it'll say something like, well, you could have an interesting encounter this week.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Like you can then start looking in your week for an interesting encounter and be like, oh my God, I totally saw a hot guy at the grocery store. I had an interesting encounter. No, you didn't. Like that's how it was, which is like, well, it's saying this to me and it could mean this.
Yeah, or
but it could also mean that. Or nothing at all. And you're like you sound like some like $2 fortune teller, Eris Morn. Like, this is not, I don't know. I'm like, you're playing with fire, and I feel like you're really going to get burned, and you might wind up getting all of us burned.
But I mean, Zavala at least feels like the information she's getting is useful because he's still having her go in there and still talk to it, which I found surprising. I'm like, I thought Zavala would be the one. I thought he was coming there to tell her to stop and be like, all right, you need to stop this. Like, I read your report and it sounded crazy. And I think this thing is trying to corrupt us and our mission. And, but that's not what he said. So, I mean, I don't know. I'll be curious to see how this ends up. I like the dynamic between Eris Morn and the Drifter. I kind of hope we get a little bit more of that as this continues. Just because, like, Eris Morn clearly has, like, disdain for the Drifter and, like, zero respect for him and just kind of thinks he's I don't know, goofball and a dumbass, which I mean probably is, but at the same time, like, I like how, I don't know, I feel like because of her past and the tragic stuff that's happened to her, you know, people might dance around a little bit with Eris Morn, and I feel like the Drifter is just like gives her shit and like because he treats her like he would treat anybody, and so I appreciate that. I
love that he called her Three Eyes, like, because that is sort of the Drifter that I feel like we met, right? Which is to how you described him, you know, like a bit of a doofus. Like, however, with Eris Morn, she kept referring to him as a rat. I mean, like, the language he used towards him was a lot more harsh, really venomous. So I'm curious what is the history between those two, because that's not just like, hey, I think I'm better than you, I think I'm smarter than you, and you're a waste of time. Like, no, to call someone like, you gotta really dislike someone to use that kind of language. So I am very curious what happened between these two characters at some point that has led to this contention. And from his side, it's not as venomous. So maybe that's because he's the one that hurt her and he did a really terrible thing. So it's easy for him not to be so, you know, troubled by it. I don't know. But I was kind of shocked by how aggressive she was in her language. Yeah, that's what I think. They hooked up. One went down. You know, and that was it. And then she's like, what the hell? That's anyways. So if you watch with us on Patreon, then we're going to continue this next week. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then we're just going to go ahead into the next part. With the costume change. Yeah. Yeah.
The first pyramid arrived above Io and the Traveler did nothing. Now they darken our skies, and still it waits. It falls to the Guardians to protect our system. Eris is working to understand the ships. We have to work to overcome them. I need you on the front lines. Talk to our people on the ground. Close our ranks, Guardian, and form a fist.
What's the strong army? One army. One army.
Ready to
5 armies. One army.
Yeah.
Titan.
When I entered the Pyramidion, I was led astray
by
this
dude again.
And self-interest. I now pay an expeditiously advancing price, comparable, regrettably, to how Cade's pride accosted him in the depths of that atrocious prison. As I understand it, retribution has had its claws in you. Bear in mind, assistant, try as you might, there's no circumventing the price. Ah, my assistant. I admit, I may have underestimated your ability to gather verifiable data.
Shocking.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at my arm, are you?
Yep.
Let's get this over with.
Looking at your arm.
I entered a Vex construct, the Pyramidion. Inside, I suffered an accident. My arm was transformed. It is consuming me.
Good.
If I do not find a way to reverse this, I will die.
Aw, no.
Now you know I'm afraid. In my centuries of life, I have met many people who make their problems unnecessarily complicated. Indeed, I may be one of them. I did not realize it before studying your approach. Your methodology is crude, almost Cro-Magnon-like. Really, I don't know how you get anything done. However, I cannot argue its efficacy. Without you, I would be hopelessly behind in my research. I suppose, my dear assistant, what I'm trying to say is...
Thanks.
Leave until I have need of you again.
Oh,
Wow.
Speak, assistant.
that was a good setup, though. What I'm trying to say is, I thought he was going to say thank you. but-
Ritual away from sliding into the ocean. Now look at it. They'd just as soon scurry back under a rock than face you again. Makes me miss being in a proper fire team. So if you need a Titan by your side, maybe someday. Commander Zavala told me to hold the line at Saturn, and I never let the boss down. I'll be watching your back from this end. Don't let up out there.
Yeah, don't want to let Zavala know. Copy that.
So this is how it ends. Anna Bray will join us in the tower with what she salvaged of Rasputin. But the rest... Let Brother Vance chase shadows. We can waste no more time trying to stop him. Ashemir will stand and fight. He still has the heart of a Guardian. And Deputy Commander Sloan, she plans to meet the pyramid above Titan head-on, one woman against the darkness. What more could I have done? I tried to unite the Vanguard, and now we lie splintered in the face of the Dark Fleet. All we have left is our faith. Faith in the Traveler. Faith in the light. Faith in you.
Damn right. Sure, it's not misplaced. Ah, the spider.
Some crazy wind.
Yeah.
I'm picking up something. It's like a ghost, only bigger, emanating from the Traveler. There's a resonance in the light I haven't felt since the day I was born.
Traveler has its own
When I
ghost?
found you. Ghosts reporting in from across the system. We can't explain it, but we all sense it. A heartbeat.
Should play with the soccer ball small. Just keep running. Just keep running.
I just think this was a beautiful place. At least at one point. It's kind of painful.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Stuck in there for a while. So we're just getting better views of this? Different angles?
I guess so.
Damn it.
Allergies suck, but...
You do.
Oh, is that guy like glittering?
Mm-hmm. I think that's us. Are you glittery? They're all glittery. Stop trying to cut into her screen.
Something is coming. I can feel
Finally.
it. It is drawing power. Could it be enough to drive the darkness away from us?
No one wants to chime in and answer
Yeah.
that? I feel like that's kind of important to know.
Fire team has
I guess I thought it was a rhetorical
city.
question.
Even the hunters. They're with the people. Keeping them safe. And the last time this happened, the world ended. I'm not worried. I'm not.
Ominous.
The world, we're just gonna skim over the world
Yeah.
ended? Okay.
It is reforming, healing its wounds. This will not be the end. It will be an escalation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What you said, what Ghost said. So you feel like this is not a good thing.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe too.
You can go with the we don't like this mentality. Darkness is spreading.
Yep. And it's explosive too? That's not good.
Was it the light blast in the darkness? What? Okay, public event dialogue.
Hey, Moondust. I hear you're the resident hive expert.
I hear you try to cook them.
You know what the best part is?
We're wasting time.
Eyes. Cooked just right. Makes you see colors for hours.
Nice, getting high on eyes.
Lights, like streaks.
Blinds. Through the world.
You got it. I can never tell where they're going.
How naive do you think I am?
Got a visitor. Again. Hey, cue ball. Got some time to kill?
I was passing by.
Not checking in on anyone?
No.
Someone special?
Send me a report today.
You ever seen Taken here? Before this?
No.
Bingo. Methane makes him wig out.
Curious. The Witch Queen must feel threatened to direct Queria's forces to Titan.
Yeah. Made setting up Deep Six a tough nut to crack. But I did it.
Gambit yields valuable intelligence. Is this why the Vanguard haven't thrown you from the tower?
They're probably just busy arguing over who should come and do it.
Hey! Got her to laugh.
Well, that was surprising.
Yeah. It's charm. She's not immune to his charm.
Do you feel it? See it blench against grander purpose. A cost to all things, Guardian. Debts paid.
Vanguard came to me pretty quick when they couldn't find Osiris. You should have heard the offers I turned down.
Is that so? Of all the vaults in the city, none held any value for you?
That's the problem with you Guardians. So materialistic.
And yet here you are.
I'm keeping my ear to the ground. Bank coming back.
Your report was absent from today's brief. How goes our intelligence acquisition?
We had an agreement. I like my space.
Head. This is a Vanguard operation. If you don't want me here, deliver your reports on time.
Excuse me, friends. A bureaucrat
TPS
needs my
report.
time.
All this darkness, it feels suffocating.
Your bravery is commendable, little light.
Thank you, Eris. We'll get through this together.
Or you'll all die.
Is no one digging a grave for the drifter?
You would need friends for that.
Sister, I got so many friends I can't remember their names. You
Okay.
ever seen the long boy in the suit?
I don't understand the question.
Big old snake swimming around tight. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Drifter knows something Moondust doesn't.
It's not a snake. With your symbols,
Moondust.
I would have expected you to know that.
Come again. Watch your back, hero. Ain't nobody else doing it for you.
I will.
Me too.
Words, words, words. Let's see who's there when things get really bad.
With this, we will reveal another message and hopefully understand more of this shadowed conflict. If Savathun and the pyramids are at odds, we must rethink our understanding of the Hive's motivations. Did that require more motes than usual?
My math putting you off?
I'm not used to so many discrepancies.
This mini bank runs a 47% conversion. Direct injection. Doesn't get better.
That seems low.
Compared to what? Inspiring heroics. I'm all riled.
I didn't take you as the type to swoon.
Kid reminds me of Wei Ning. Nothing wrong with a little white hat every now and then.
She was a treasure. You knew her?
Had to pay her tab a few times. Cleared me out.
She did possess great ambition. We find ourselves one turn closer to an unveiling. The message clarifies, but one page is not enough. We will need volumes.
Mini bank's brimming. Lay low for a bit, kid. You're starting to draw some heat.
Clearing space in your doomsday shelter already? Aren't you tired of cowering under floorboards, relying on hope and prayers?
Get calm out.
No bother. Right insulation. A good blanket.
Why are you not there now?
She's got a point.
Pull the darkness from our foes. It is not an act I take lightly. We have no other choice but to align the seed.
Funny.
Go on.
Warlords used that line all the time. Dark Age ideas die hard, I guess. That old Vulcan is yelling at me again.
I'll speak with him. He's in a foul mood.
His own fault. Never seen a man choose to die slow.
He chose to find a way to live.
Nah. Just took him a while to realize he's bleeding out.
Damn.
You know a great deal about biding time, don't you?
You and me both, Moondust. Peas in a pod.
It did not take them long to arrive once the undying mind was slain. They were close. Bearing witness. Perched along our borders with patient determination. And we did nothing. I wonder what Saint 14 would do if we unleashed him on the pyramids.
Oh,
He never
please do it.
did get to face his army of darkness.
Seems like a lot of effort just to kill a man twice.
Perhaps it is better to leave him atop his lighthouse sifting wheat from chaff.
Raw deal for the chaff. Hell of a sight out there. Real something.
Our sorrows are winds and storms, Rat. Violent, but passing.
That name gets around.
It's a title. When we decipher the next message, I will inform the hidden Together we will make sense of the pyramid's arrival.
Want me to run it by old Ray Ray?
Ikora leads the city in siege preparations. She hasn't time to speak.
Fair enough. Sheepdogs just bark.
Saturn still bears the scars inflicted by Oryx's vengeance. We will not permit Savathun the same permanence.
Reef's never been the same since. Still waiting to see if that awoken queen's dead or not.
The Drifter doesn't keep any crows. Interesting.
Maybe you could help me with that. So where's this witch queen at? Just walk in there. Bang! Little justice, walk out.
Impossible.
All right. You can't find her. What's she look like?
Savathun has never shown her face. She feeds on our ignorance.
You don't say. Savathun. You sure that's her name?
Savathun's incantations break momentarily, but there is still much to uncover. You have done well to empower the seed, Guardian.
Was he implying her name was, or just that fact that you can't trust her if you can't never see her?
Under the
I think he's familiar with her.
Survive long
The way he
enough
said
to
that.
pay the dividends.
Drifter gets by.
Like rats on
Just referred himself in the
sinking
third person.
The pyramids cast wide shadows. I sometimes find myself adrift in them.
Oh, slam poetry again.
Tell me, the light can never be lost, for they are the beacons by which others find their way.
Titan never bounced back after the collapse. Fine by me. Still a quiet place to camp out when things get rough.
If we do not succeed, Titan will be lost. Sloane won't leave willingly.
Guardians, you people are crazy.
She is Firebreaker, a thirst of radiance. I would not insult her by demanding she retreat, nor would she listen.
You're just tripping over each other to sacrifice yourselves.
Spoken like a man who's never bled for a cause.
Ooh.
Spoken like someone whose cause bled them out.
Damn!
This is not how
Good
I
comeback.
expected
Yeah, that was
to
the
meet the
best interaction
darkness.
between them.
I find their willingness to speak disappointing. I would rather the war than this invasive indifference.
The interaction between Eris Morn and the Drifter was probably my favorite part of this season of Arrivals cutscenes. Like, it's not been my favorite. This wasn't my favorite one. I'm gonna be honest. I was like pretty confused about the limited time event, what was going on, and whatnot. So I don't know if you caught it, but I this kind of went over my head. Like, I was a little bit more lost in this one as to what was going on, and like I'm sure later on we'll be able to connect the dots, but for right now, this one I was like, other than the Drifter getting more of him and then Eris Morn and their banter, it wasn't like as captivating for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I really was just focused on the dialogue.
Yeah.
So went over my head as well, but I was really thrilled with the dialogue that we got, and that we got more of it through this event, because Eris Morn is warming up to the Drifter. Like, it's not so venomous anymore.
She laughed.
Yeah, he got her to laugh, and I mean, there was like dare I say we're like flirting with the line of going into a slight flirtation, that like sort of like that like combative kind of flirtation, like a verbal Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where like you're trying to cut each other down, but there's like, I don't know. That's how it sounded to my ears. I could be making stuff up. But the point was that it was at least less contentious and less venomous. And so I was pleased to see that, because I didn't really quite understand why it was that way the first time around. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Eris Morn just takes a while to warm up to people. And at least she's warmed up a little bit now.
Well, I think what summed it up best was that one line that we loved so much, was like, it sounds like someone that's never bled for a cause. And then Drifter
Sounds
says,
like someone whose cause bled them out.
Yeah, and so Eris Morn doesn't like the Drifter because he doesn't stand for anything and doesn't stand by anyone, and he's just out for himself. And that's why, I think she refers him as like a rat, like, because that's the first one to get from a sinking ship, right? And like for the Drifter, I feel like he thinks that the Guardians are kind of like suckers and fighting for this cause and giving their lives up and really not being able to, I don't say not being able to accomplish much, but like, I think he just thinks that that's not living. That's not a life. And it's because you're not in charge of your own life and someone else is in charge of you. So that's kind of the vibe I got from the Drifter. I don't know if that's right, but I feel like that was like, I feel like towards the end, they felt certain times like they maybe didn't agree with each other, but they understood each other and maybe had a little bit more respect for the other one's like viewpoint. I don't even know if they got there. I don't know if that was just like wishful thinking on my part.
I mean, yeah, I would have said like after this, it felt like they walked away with at least a mutual understanding because like those two lines, like you have to understand the other person to cut them down that well.
It's true.
So those perhaps painful truths that they spoke to each other in and calling each other out on their issues means at least that they were listening to each other enough to know each other that well.
I don't know what was going on between in this one with Drifter and Zavala. Like it sounded like the Drifter was like calling out Zavala for like, I don't know, like going on a date or going like for like a booty call or something like that. Like where you going, Zavala? Huh? You good job in on somebody? Yeah. What are you doing?
So when I said I wanted Eris Morn to be taken out into the real world, I also want the Zavala booty call.
Zavala booty call.
That should be a piece of content someone should create. That's all I'm saying. I think it would be entertaining. Like I want to see Eris Morn go out to Walmart or something and have to like shop amongst the people with her slam poetry and see how she describes Walmart. And then I would like to see Zavala attempt a booty call. Like I want to see the text. Is it the eggplant emoji that he's sending? Like, I feel like this is stuff that would enrich our lives.
It would. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want early ad-free access, get a month ahead on our reactions. Check out the description of this video for a link to Patreon. You can also get like weekly access that way. We release these on YouTube once we put all the different parts together. It's just one long video. This one was just 2 parts. Some are going to be a little bit longer. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Destiny 2 Season of the Arrivals. But there's just Season of Arrivals. I just want to put a "the" there. Just keep in mind
that our reaction and our titles are definitely not definitive.